Hello everyone, welcome to Vouch Initiative International. I'm Israel and I'll be taking you through a simple tutorial with Revit. I'll be taking you through some simple tips and tricks on how to operate in Revit and to be able to use Revit very well. So you're able to achieve results like this as you see on your screen here. Okay, so let's jump straight into Revit. Okay, now let's jump into Revit interface. As you can see here, we have our big ribbon panel over here. This is where all our tools will be used to be able to achieve these results down here. We have our architectural panel, the structure, steel, the list goes on and on to the end. But we'll mostly be using the architectures to able to achieve this result we have in our 3D view here. As you can see on the left side of our screen, we have the properties panel, which displays the aspects in which we are working on right now. And you can see over here written the 3D view in which we are displaying on our working area. On the right hand side here is the project browser of the work we are doing right now. So this shows all the views, sections, elevations and other things you can see over here. So we can either collapse and expand any of the aspects displayed over here. Another advantage of this is that it can be moved to any position on your screen here. It can be moved to your left side, as you can see here. Your properties too can be moved to your right side like this and can work anyway, but I prefer to put my properties to the left hand side and my project browser to my right hand side, and later scale it to a preferable size like this. Alright, so let's jump straight into our new project here. So we click on the template file here, select the metric architectural template. Okay, so now it shows us the new level here, which is our working area here, which is the plan. This is where the plan of the building is going to be drawn here. So in order to start, we need to know the levels in which the plan is going to begin with. So you can go straight to our project browser and I'll click on any elevations here by double clicking the east, north, west, south, or west. Yeah, so you can see over here we have the level 1, level 2, and you can create more and more levels. So the level 1 shows that this is the ground level over here, so you can double click on it and you name it ground level. So since this is the ground level, this is the floor level in which the building lies on. So the level 2 is the next level in which the building might reach and continue or end. So the ground floor is what we have here. So we can see in our working tab here, we have our name changed to the ground level since we changed it in our levels in the east elevation view. So the level 2 is the next level in which we'll be working with. We need to add a third level for our work to be able to continue. So you can come to this tool by the create similar, click on that and easily get a new level line to begin with. You can see the dimension of the new level line in which we're sending it to 300 to be able to begin our level line. Yeah, so by that click on escape to be able to exit that way and drag this to the end to get your levels complete. Okay, now so let's jump straight to the floor plan to begin our work. Okay, so now come to begin our work by drawing our floor plans, but we'll be using our wall to begin it. So the shortcut for a wall, as you can see over here, is WA. So you can click on the wall in the architecture panel, select the type of wall you would like to use for your building. And I'm selecting the generic 225 millimeter masonry block. this has been selected in our properties panel. Come to the rectangle button, because this is the way our form of the building is supposed to look like. Can go to the heights unconnected and connect it to the level 2, which is our next level above the ground level. So this is very necessary when you are using your levels, and this is how you need to use it for you to get a perfect work done. Alright, so begin, go to your architecture tab, and since we know the shortcut for wall, which is WA, you click on it, or you can type WA to begin that command. Click on rectangle, and I'm selecting the basic wall generic 225 masonry, and draw a rectangle. Yeah, click on it, press escape twice to escape that command. So you can click on the wall, and the dimension for the horizontal is 9,000. So this is how the home is going to be like. So we are now to begin with the interior walls of the house. So your shortcut WA to continue changing the wall width, since it's an interior wall, so you can use the block interior 190, 140 or 100. I'm going for the 190, and you begin with the division in the interior. Yeah, this will be the area for our veranda outside, the entrance area. The next is the living room area. Yes, and the washroom at the back of the living room connect this way for you to get your kitchen area at the upper right of the building. So let's change the kitchen length here to be 4. Yeah, and escape twice, changing the living room here to 3,000. That's good. Yeah, okay, so we can continue over here. So we can move to the 3D aspect and see how our building looks from the 3D view. So this is how it looks in the 3D view. Okay, so this is how we can apply walls in our building using Revit. Okay, so since we are done with the walls for the building, we'll be moving straight to the floors of the building. So you can come to our architecture tab, the build panel, click on floor architecture, and you, instead of using the pick line, can use our line and draw around our building. Okay, so do a little adjustment to the building. 700, yeah. Change it to 1,000. So this will be an exterior extend outside, and 1,000, and click on the finish edit mode. Come to your 3D, and this is how it's going to look in our 3D. And we are doing this basically just to know how to use the Revit tools, but for construction purposes, the floor is supposed to be above the floor level, but this is what we'll not be covering. You just want to know how to use these tools very well in Revit. So we're going back to our ground floor here. So since our floor is being applied here, I'll click on it and it selects. Alright, so this is now the final plan, and we will now be inserting our windows in place. So we click on the window panel, or you can click WN on our keyboard. So you can choose the type of window. I'm using the casement window, double door window, using the 1400 by 1800 millimeters, putting it at the living room. You see how I can put it at the inside, snap to the inside and the exterior too. You can click this for the living room, and this will be at the kitchen area. And we can use the same dimension for the washroom, so we go for the 850 by 900 millimeter for our washroom. So this is how it's going to be. It's simple as just bringing it closer to the walls of our plan and then inputting it in there. So I'm putting the same thing at the front part of the kitchen, the spacing of 500. Yeah. Okay, so that's how we'll be putting the windows on the walls by just clicking it. The next you'll be inserting our doors, which the shortcut is DR. You can just click on the door panel over the architectural tab here. You can select the type of door with the required measurements preferred, and can put the door beside the window here, and door to the washroom as well. Yeah. So this way I'll be using our doors for, because the front part of the building is where we'll be using our curtain wall. So you can double click on your escape key to escape the command, and for your washroom, double tap on it. You can see there's a reverse arrow on both of the sides. So the reverse arrow, you can click on it and changes direction to the left side, and the other one changes direction to the right side. And you can click on this one to change the door swing to the outside or to the inside of the building. So I'm going to leave it like this since this is the washroom, and leave this since this is an exterior door to the outside from the kitchen. So this is how to insert doors also in Revit. Alright, so now you'll be inserting our curtain wall at our front part of the building. So the front part, click on this wall and head to our wall property and go to store front, because this is where we have the panel doors and everything. And let's move to 3D to see how it's going to be like. Yes, this is how it's going to be in our 3D view. So let's go back to our ground floor plan. I'm going to edit the distance in which I'm going to apply the storefront to. Okay, so this is straight to the living room aspect over here. So this is how we apply our storefront or our curtain wall storefront to in our building. Alright, so we are now come to learn how to insert a door to our curtain storefront. This is quite different from inserting our normal door like as we did in this video. So for this, I'll be selecting the area in which we put in our door. So over here you can click and hover over the area in which you want to select your door. You click on tab to select the required curtain panel system. So this is where the door will be placed. So when that is selected with your tab, you click on it, you can see there's a pin on that door which prevents you from doing any changes to your door. So you can click on it and come to your properties panel. You drop down and click your door curtain wall double door storefront. Once you click on it, it automatically comes to your floor plan here. So the flip arrow will give you the direction in which you want your door to flip to. Since this is an interior or the entrance to the house, you need the door to be inside instead of outside. So this is how to insert a curtain wall to your wall in Revit. Okay, so now we are come to fix our curtain wall to the right part of our plan. So WA on your keyboard, the curtain wall is already selected, so we begin to draw our curtain wall. Escape twice to exit command. So now come to change the properties of this curtain wall. So we need to select the curtain wall, come to the properties panel, select on common here, and select the curtain panel, because this is the area in which you need to edit. So to edit this, you need to duplicate it so that the properties of the other glaze members here won't be affected by it. So you need to duplicate it so that we get a different property for this specific work. So wooden glaze 3 and enter. So change the material property from glass to a wooden member here. So you can click on wooden. Now we need to change the thickness of the wood to 150 to make it a little bit thicker. Alright, so the curtain wall for the remaining part of the front side, you go to WA on your keyboard and choose curtain wall storefront, and let's make sure it's in the middle, so midpoint to the end of the wall. So we have gotten our curtain wall. Escape twice to exit command. So we can appreciate that in our 3D view over here. Can decide to add a extra mullion to our curtain wall here by going to our curtain grid and clicking here to give you a mullion. Can do the same thing for the left side as well. Okay, so we have enough mullion to support our panel. So escape twice to exit command. Can appreciate that in our 3D view over here, the various mullions in our curtain wall storefront. So we are good to go. Alright, so since we are done with our curtain wall, we'll be going straight to the next level to work with it. This is where we're placing our floors. So we can go to our properties, our project browser, and go to level 2, which is our next level of work. And this time we're working in this area to give us our floor, since that's where our bedroom is going to be on top of the house. So the next thing to do is go to our floor architecture, go to our lines here. We can use the pick walls here, so you can click this side, this side, this side. So you just click the external part of the wall, so you can go back to the lines, and yeah, it's going to be halfway through the building. So escape twice. So now let's edit the lines to give us our floor at this. Okay, so you can click on edit, finish edit mode, and it asked, would you like walls that go up to this floor level to attach to its bottom? Yes. And the highlighted will attach but miss the highlighted target. You can click it as well. I'll just cancel and press OK. So this is our floor. Let's go to our 3D view to appreciate it. So this is how our floor is going to be, and that's where the bedroom too is going to be. Yep. Okay, so since we are done with our floor at the upper part on a level 2, we are come to fix our stairs from level 1, which is the ground level, to level 2. So we do that by coming to our circulation panel, click on stairs. We are using the center end spiral. So this is the stairs we'll be using in our design. So to begin, you need to find the area in which you are working in, which is at this side. So click the starting point here, and can basically just pin it here. And now the run is what we are doing. Click here. So what's next to do is to be able to edit it, bring it here a little. Can come to the properties panel, click on the base control and change it to base level, which is your ground level, to the level 2, as we see over here. So this is to show you where our stairs need to start and end at. And if you look carefully at our floor plan here, you see that our stairs doesn't come above, it's beneath it. So that means the number of rounds is less to reach the required level over here. So what you need to do is can edit it a little bit by stretching it. Yeah, you'll be getting some small problems with it, but just need to manage and get it through. So I'll be editing to able to get it to the required level. I'll now begin to use the rotation tool, as you can see at the modify tab over here. So I can click at this point over here and now rotate it to my desired position this way. So you can see I rotated it to this position here. I'll position the stairs well in the middle, try and extend it a little, position it well for it to fit inside. I still see that the stairs is still hidden under the floor level, so you can still stretch it a little bit and position it a little, fix. Yep. So you can check the 3D view and see how it is going so far. So now the only problem here is to prevent it from hitting the floor over here. So let's work on that in our level 2. As you saw, I was using the length for the width of the run to adjust it a little bit so that it doesn't hit our floor level at the top side of it. So you can see it now that it doesn't meet our floor level. You can come to the 3D view and see where it ends at. Yep, it doesn't touch our floor level here. So what I come to do is the landing. So come to the landing aspect. Let's go back to level 2. So the landing will be here, but let's position the stairs well with the rotation tool. Okay, look on the rotation tool. Send it up a little. Yes. Okay, so this is now okay. So you can start with our landing. I come to the landing button, click on the create sketch so you can sketch your landing. So let's start from nearest point to the end of the wall here, 1400 to meet the tip of the stair. Let's get closer. Yep. So now we need to let it flush with the stairs. So this become our landing over here. The landing also needs to be in a closed loop, like how we did our wall for the front. So click on finish edit mode and we have a landing here. Escape tries to exit that command on this railing or stringer. Cancel it. Yeah, cancel the stringer since this is the pathway to the bedroom here. So you can click on finish edit mode and when you come to 3D you see our stairs with our landing together here on the same level. So this is how it's going to be. Okay, so since we are done with our stairs, we need to fix our railings to the stairs. One thing about fixing railings to the stairs is that there's difference when fixing on a horizontal or a flat surface, and on a spiral or an irregular surface. So we first start with the railings on a flat surface. So you need to come to architecture tab, hit on railings and click on the sketch path. Since it's a flat surface, we use our straight line for it. You drop the line, click escape twice to exit command and click on edit finish mode. And once again, we have our railings, which we didn't set the constraint, so now it's on the ground level. So we need to change that over here to level 2, which is where our landing is. So continue with the railings for the stairs. So we need to come back to architecture tab and click on our railings sketch path and click on the start end radius arc. So we can start from the end point here to end point. Let it fit well. So we need to bring it straight to our pick new host. So this will determine where our railings will sit on. Click on the pick new host and click the stair area. So when that is done, you can click on your finish edit mode, and our railings is now set to our stairs. Okay, so since that is done, we're doing for the exterior part of the stairs too as well. So okay, so since we are done with the interior parts of the railing, let's finish with the exterior part of the railing. So we need to come to the architecture panel, circulation, and click on the railings. Once again, sketch path and hit the start end radius arc. So pick the interior end point of it and let it fit well here. Now come to pick new host, but that's where it lies right now. That is the stairs, so you need to click on the stairs since that's where the railing is going to lie on. Now click on finish edit mode, so you can come and observe it here and see that the railings have been fixed to our stairs. Alright, so what we have to do next is the roof for our building. So we need to come to, let's use our south elevation for it. So we need to come to our roof section and click on roof by extrusion, and we'll pick a plane here. So select this wall. Okay, so now start by drawing our roof, make it triangular. Let's escape and now straightening it a little bit. So now I can come to our trim, extend here and click on this and this, and the meet as an extend here. Skip once again. So do a little bit of edit here. Yes. Extend it. Okay. Let's let it meet on level 2 and click on. Okay, so this is how our roof is now in elevation. So let's see how it is in 3D right now. So we can pan around it. Let's check our top here. Let's extend it a little bit further. Yes. So this is our roof. So this is how basically to do a roof with the roof by extrusion command. You just need to click on this wall and attach top base, and we are done with the front side of the building. So you can go back and move to the end or the back of the building. Okay, alright, so since we are done with the front side of the building, we need to do the same to the back side. So we can select our wall at the back, attach top to base and select here. You can see we are facing challenges attaching into the top due to the presence of our floor here. So we need to come back to our level 2 and edit the length at the back a little. So can bring it to the middle. Yes, click on finish edit mode, save that later, attach. So we can come back to our 3D view and see that it has now fixed our problem here. So let's pan around it. You can hold our shift and pan around the building. So now we see how the building now looks from this point of view. So our next thing to do is we can place a support or a column at the frontal part of the building to the roofing of the building. So you need to come to architecture, column, and can select column architecture. So can place, go to the ground plane and place it here. Let's place it at the edge here, and the next one to at the edge. Okay, escape twice to exit command. So in order to make this column in alignment with our floor down here, you can come to and select the column face, hit on the align, short for it is AL, and hit our floor and hit our column face edge and aligns with it. You can apply the same to this column here. Hit the floor and hit this point. Come and hit the floor and hit the column, and it's now in symmetry with the first column. So once again, escape twice to exit command. So let's come to our 3D view and we see our column from the ground floor to our roof. So we can now add our balusters at the edges of our building here. I'll come to architecture, railings, sketch path. Let's go to ground level and zoom in a little. Escape twice to exit command and click on your finish edit mode. Let's edit the railings to our glass panel. Let's do the same to the right hand side. Sketch, escape twice, and you're done with the baluster at that side. Let's edit it once again to a glass panel. Now let's observe it in our 3D view. Okay, you can now see our glass panel at the edges of our building. So what's next to do is the input of our furnitures. Alright, for the input of our furnitures in Revit, you need to go to our ground level again and start placing the furnitures in our required area. But to be able to do this task, you need to know about families. So families are an extension in which Revit has in its folder. So you can click on component and place component. So immediately you click on load family, these are the set of families used in Revit. You can see from windows, washroom, title block, a lot from doors, windows, and furniture system, lighting, and other stuff. These are the families Revit use when designing. So let's begin with our furniture system or furniture. Okay. We're using the 125 section so far, so I can double click and the placement can be done here. So we can change the layout or the format by clicking on spacebar. Okay, first escape twice to exit command. So click on the furniture, spacebar to change the orientation of the furniture or the selected elements. Yeah, so this placement is okay. and we do that to the washroom as well. So we just loading our family in and out. Okay, so we are done with the placement of the furnitures in our ground levels. We can move to our bedroom and now place our l- furniture in our bedroom. And as you see here, immediately I place on the mouse but a mouse button on a keyboard. You can see it rotates 90 degrees in my preferred direction. So this is how you can use to operate around your way in Revit. Alright, so as you see here, we have placed our furniture system in our level 2. But you can see from this plan that we see through to see the ground floor. So to avoid this kind of interruption, you can come to your property panel over here and search for underlay orientation. Over here you can see the range over here to be base level, so you can change the base level to ground level. So you can click on none to prevent you from seeing the floor plan there at ground level. So when you click on that, you can click enter and you end up seeing just your level 2 of your floor plan. So this is how the floor plan is going to be. So in 3D, you can see how our placement is done. You notice that our wardrobe here has been turned to the far behind side, so you can click on it and okay, so let's go back to the 3D view and see. So you need to rotate it to get the front part showing to S. So let's check the 3D. Yes, so now you can see the front part facing us. Same thing happens to the side. We can see the front part facing us. So in order to be able to get access to look through your design, you can click on maybe your roof element and this displacement element. You can click on it and can move with the axis arrow showing. You can move it up for you to able to get access to view your element placed in Revit. So this is how our element looks like in Revit. Okay, so since you are done with the placement of element in Revit, I want to show you a simple trick here Revit, which is painting or applying paint to our materials here. So you can see our bed is made of wood here. You can apply a paint to it to change the finish type, color, and anything. So let's jump straight into it. So you need to click on the substance or element for the change. Come all the way to here, paint. Shortcut for it is PT. You click on it. A panel shows your material browser once again. So I can click on maybe this wood. Okay, so let me search for a bed symbol. Okay, so yeah, let's go for the paint. Now see if you paint the interior here. Let me use the brown here. You can see the color changes. If I just click on the color here, it changes. So I'll go for the gray. Let's go for the white here. Let me see if I can get a carpet. Okay, I have the carpet here. So since this is a carpet, do you can see below here that we have changed the floor into a carpet textured floor. You can do the same thing for the entire floor down here. So let me change maybe carpet 2. Click on it, it changes. Carpet 3, click on it, it changes. So this is how you can do it. So and let's move to paint. So we use our white paint for our elevations, which will be the left, right, or east and west. We're using the white for that part, and behind it we are going to use a white for it. Okay, you can see this color change on our exterior walls. So to bring back the roof, you can click on reset to bring back the roof right to its original location. Escape twice to exit command. Okay, next we are trying to put windows at our bedroom level. This should be on the second level. So let's move to the rear end or the back of our building. So window shortcut is WN. So let's choose our window. I want to use a different type of window, so I can come to the load family, click on my window and select the type of window I'll prefer to use. I'll be going for a top rounded window over here. So click on open and come here and change the dimensions if it's allowed, and nope, it's not allowed. Yeah, so I can just drop a window right at this face here. Okay, so escape twice to exit command. Let's place another window here. I want to place a transom beneath the top rounded edge. Need to use the WN command, which is for your window, to be able to access the window elements here. So I've gotten the window in place. I think we need to get rid of this window here. It doesn't really fit, so let's shift to the left hand side. So this is straight to the TV section, and the same thing for this end here, and double escape to exit command here. We are done with these windows here, so let's go to the ground level. We need to place a window at our washroom section here to allow for ventilation in our space. So right here you can put a window here at the central part of the washroom. Escape to exit command. So we are done the placement of furniture and elements in our floor plan. So let's go to the 3D view, and you can see our work done here. Comment on how you want your work to be done in Revit. Once again, this is Vouch Initiative International, and thank you.